We're back on Blitz with another interview for you as we welcome on Brandon Bradburn, second-year head baseball coach at Union County. Coach Bradburn, thanks for your time today.
Hey, anytime.
Now, Coach, I always enjoy having you on, and you're off to a 4-1 start to the season, outscoring your opponents right now 37-17. You got to be a little bit pleased with the way your season's gone so far.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. We didn't get our scrimmage game in. We've had some snow. We had snow set us back, but that I guess everybody's in the same boat. So we came out a little rusty, and we've really picked up some momentum these last three games. So I'm very happy with the way we've played so far.
Yeah, and you had to be itching to get back on the field from last year's Sweet 16 run. Great season for you guys. You went 17-8, 11-3 within a very tough Region 8 AA. 5 straight winning seasons now you put together here at Union County. What's been the impact of the recent success of this program on these kids in the community?
Well, I feel like the players getting a lot of exposure in their youth league, and we now have a middle school program, so they're coming to us, ready to play baseball. So we don't have to break them down and do the fundamentals. They've already got the fundamentals. We can really focus on some higher level stuff, and I think you've seen that. I think you've seen that transition, in the last few seasons. We've been winning a lot more than we used to, sure enough. So.
Yeah, and it helps when you win that you make a habit out of it, and that's a good thing. And it looks like that's what the case is there at Union County. Heading into region play, this is a pretty pivotal time of the year for you. And like you said, a lot of teams have been dealing with the weather, the snow that just won't seem to go away. But what are the chinks in the armor that you would like to get ironed out before you hit the home stretch?
Well, I think. You said we have been outscoring our opponents. We've been putting the ball in play a lot, but we really haven't. Our swings are not where they need to be, and a lot of that is just being rusty. And like I said, everybody's in the same boat. But we're not hitting the ball the way that we should. But we are putting the ball in play. I think if our bats come around, we're going to be a pretty dangerous team. Usually this time of the year, pitchers have an advantage over the hitters, and that might be the case right now. So we're just hoping to get our swings ironed out and be pretty dangerous 1 through 9 in our lineup. So that's our goal right now, is to really get our bats in good shape.
Yeah, and that was a good point you made about pitchers having the early advantage in this cold weather. Usually we don't see as much offense until the weather kind of heats up a little bit. Now you got some key pieces coming back this year. Your star pitcher, senior Lane Everett. You got a junior pitcher and first baseman Joseph Mancuso. Talk about some of the supporting parts of this team. I mean, does this team have the key components to make a similar run as you did last year and maybe beyond that?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, if we can get our bats going, when it comes down to playoff baseball, you have to have the pitchers. If you don't have the pitchers, you don't have a chance. And Lane is a guy that we can throw out there. I'm confident we can throw him out there against anybody in the state, and he's going to compete. We have obviously Joe Mancuso. He's our super sophomore. We give him a hard time. We call him our super sophomore. He's coming in and throwing the ball very well. And also Tyler Odom, a junior. He's coming out of basketball, so he's still a little bit rusty. I expect him to be a horse that we're going to ride all season long as well. So yeah, we definitely have some of the arms to do it. So
yeah, that goes a long way. And again, as I mentioned, this is Region 8 AA is one of the toughest regions in the state. I mean, when you look at it, Jefferson, Rabun, and Union, all three of you were Sweet 16 teams last year from the same region.
Right.
What do you expect to see this season from this region, and what do you tell your guys when you're facing such stiff competition, day in and day out?
Well, this is going to sound very cliche, but we just tell them to take it one game at a time. We try not to worry about what other teams are doing. We know Jefferson, they're stacked. We know that. We know we can beat them if we play our game. Rabun, they're always a thorn in our side. I don't think they lost a whole lot this off season, so they're going to be tough. And honestly, just about every team in our region, if we don't show up and play, they're going to beat us. So it's good because by the time we get to our state playoffs, hopefully we make the state playoffs this year. But once we get there, we've seen some really good pitching and some really good teams. Mm-hmm. So there's no shock and awe when it comes to state playoff time.
Right, that's a good point. Coach Bradburn, thanks again for being on the show. I look forward to having you again on soon later in the season, and wish you the best of luck until then.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Coach. A quick break, and on the other side, we'll have our Players of the Year for the winter sports and our newest Player of the